So what did we do when we were pregnant? Well, again, if you look at this in context, in terms of what I was doing at the time in my phase in life, right? I'm a personal trainer, a strength and conditioning coach, a big background in fitness. So, from the standpoint of my wife, I encouraged her to stay strong, stay mobile, continue to train from a cardiovascular standpoint and not overtrain, but train in such a way that she would have good core stability, good support for the low back, and less of a barrier for a return to fitness after giving birth. So she did a lot of full body compound lifts. Sandra Forsyth was another strength coach, a female who I interviewed back in the day, back when Jessa was initially pregnant. We talked a lot about, deadlifts and certain forms of squatting that might kind of not place such a load on the low back, like a goblet squat, for example,
A
overhead
compound, like, just
pressing.
you lift with your body, like you're
A goblet squat's kind of holding a weight to the
okay.
chest.
So combo is like when you lift, I'll bend you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cable torso twists, back stabilizing exercises, early on planking exercises, first to second to third trimester, the extent to which you can place load on the core and even certain activities you can do that might be anatomically restrictive in the third trimester, especially, they'll change throughout the pregnancy. But regardless, she lifted around 3 times a week. She swam, Joe, almost every day.
Yeah. That makes
There's
sense.
something about like swish of the water and the anti-gravity environment, and I think almost like the rocking movement that I hypothesize is something that the babies enjoy.
Hmm.
And it's great non-weight bearing cardiovascular activity for mom. And so she was in the pool a lot.
Yeah.
And it was easy because I was training for Ironman, and she'd just go to the pool when I went to the pool, and she'd swim beside me, and then we go upstairs and we lift a little bit. But she was pretty physically active, all the way down to like gardening, lifting, swimming, walking, up till about 6 days before birth. I mean,
Yeah.
she was very active
And with
during
twins, I mean, that's
pregnancy.
gotta be huge.
Yeah, yeah, and she carried 2 term, 42 weeks. Some people think that that amount of physical activity might cause preterm labor. I think in her case, it just allowed for really good blood flow, her feeling a lot better post-pregnancy. And so during the pregnancy, she also um, ate, kind of the way she had been eating, pretty healthy. And, we did some of the things that, might be a little esoteric and kooky, but we'd like, I'd play my guitar and we'd sing songs to the babies. And we were kind of aware, even from an EMF standpoint, at that point of, not doing a lot of things with like, phones and devices and things like that near her belly. And we did one thing I probably wouldn't do if I could go back and do it again is I was still racing around the world. So she was like on planes a lot because she would go with me, like on international flights. Like I have a picture of her like 7 months pregnant on a beach in Thailand, right? Just walking around on the beach, and I don't know that that amount of international travel is a great idea. I think it's higher risk. We got away with it, but
Because of the
I would have been a
EMFs?
little more careful with that.
Because of the EMFs of the plane or what
The EMFs, the circadian rhythm changes, the change in diet, just I think there's a little bit of a risk. I mean, international travel is just kind of hard on the body in general and even harder on the pregnant body. Not that women aren't very resilient, and she handled it just fine. But if we were going for just like lining up all the dominoes perfectly, I probably would have left out the international travel.
yeah. And and as a man, what role did you play as a man, as a dad with her pregnancy?
I mean, just protecting and providing, really simple. I mean, like she had the hard job. I took some Lamaze breathing classes with her to prepare for the home birth that we planned on, and so some breathing classes. She was also working. I mean, we weren't wealthy, so she also worked till about a week out from the pregnancy, a graphic design for a magazine company, and she was doing some waitressing also. I'm working as a personal trainer, so yeah, I mean, both of us were working quite a bit, almost all the way up until the babies were born. And yeah, I mean, just like passive support and making sure she had what she needed. And yeah, I didn't have a super intensive role besides that. I wasn't doing, I guess, a ton of like, some kind of special pregnancy massage or anything like that. I don't know.